Third-party presidential candidates Gary Johnson and Jill Stein are teaming up to create a lawsuit against the Commission on Presidential Debates in hopes that they can sue them to get them to be included in future debates. Now, Newsy explains the Libertarian Party and the Green Party are actually suing the Commission on Presidential Debates for antitrust. It's a rigged game. It's really a rigged game, Libertarian presidential candidate Gary Johnson said. The lawsuit is a new tactic for the parties, but the fight to be included in the debates is not. So, if you don't know, getting into the debates is really difficult if you're a member of a third party, because in 2012, Jill Stein was actually arrested for protesting outside of a Barack Obama/Mitt Romney debate, and they took her away in handcuffs. Not kidding. And it's really difficult to qualify for a national debate if you are part of a third party, because you have to poll at least 15%. Now, this is difficult for third party candidates, particularly because they get zero media coverage at all. Now, thankfully, CNN and Fox News are starting to have Gary Johnson and Jill Stein on seldomly, but it's not enough, not to the level of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. So it's very, very difficult. But the question is why? Why is it so difficult? Well, the short answer is that Democrats and Republicans kind of teamed up to write the rules that would benefit them. So Newsy continues, in 1987, the Democratic and Republican parties created the Commission on Presidential Debates, and starting with the 2000 election, the commission made a rule that candidates have to get at least 15% in 5 national polls to be in the debate. The co-chairman of the CPD told The Hill that the requirement has held up to other lawsuits because it is objective and nonpartisan, but 15% in national polls is a pretty high benchmark for a third-party candidate. The last time a third-party candidate was in a televised presidential debate, it was Ross Perot in 1992. He finished with almost 19% of the vote. So the overall goal of the lawsuit is to make it so that way you can qualify for a debate so long as you appear on a certain number of ballots throughout the country, which, even though that's still pretty difficult, it's a lot more easier to get on the debate stage and qualify than polling at 15%, especially if you have zero media coverage. So the problem is that now it's just a race against time. This lawsuit will probably not be settled before the national debates take place, so it's probably not going to do very much, but we can only hope that that's the case. Now, I've said this before, but I really want to reiterate it here because I think it's an important point to make. If you were worried about a spoiler for either side, now is not the time to worry about that, because we now have a spoiler, quote, on both sides. We have two, quote, liberal candidates. I say that because I don't really think Hillary Clinton is liberal. And we have two, quote, conservative candidates. I say that again because Donald Trump isn't really conservative. He's more fascist. Now, many people would worry if there was two liberal candidates, because you would split the vote between those two candidates and then allow the conservative to get the plurality, when in actuality, more people voted for the liberal candidates overall, but the conservative still wins since the liberals split their votes. But we don't have to worry about it because you're splitting votes equally on both sides. And if anything, Gary Johnson is polling higher, and he'll probably take more votes away from Donald Trump. So if you're a liberal, you should certainly be in favor of allowing them to appear at the national debates. But, I mean, everyone should be in favor of this because it's only fair. People want more than two options. And when it comes to Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I mean, come on. The lesser of two evils here. It's not even acceptable for so many people. So we have to allow Gary Johnson and Jill Stein to appear at the national debates because it's only fair. They get no media coverage. At least let them appear at the debates. So, in short, I'm in favor of this 100%. Now, you can also sign the petitions, one for the Green Party, one for the Libertarian Party, to allow them to appear in national debates. That will be below in the description box. Check it out, sign it. Whatever we can do to help, I think is going to be really important at this point.